Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking about the RDF ERDL Camouflage, which is these two uniform pieces that I have. Um, you might be wondering, what the heck does RDF ERDL even stands for? What that stands for is Rapid Deployment Force Engineer Research and Development Laboratories, RDF ERDL. Now, it might look confusing because it looks like woodland camouflage, but it's not. This is actually a predecessor to woodland, which is like the typical camouflage you see from like the 80s and 90s and like maybe early 2000s. But this is actually a predecessor to that. It how to explain this? It's kind of a short-lived camouflage. This is post Vietnam technically too. Uh, it looks very similar to brown dominant ERDL, which I don't have yet, but I will be getting one pretty soon. I'll do a separate video for that one and then do like a whole cool comparison, but we're mainly going to focus on this one. And this was basically made between the years of 1975 to I'd say like 1981. It was still issued like after 1981, but it was done being made once 91 hit because that's when the new Woodland pattern came out. And sources, I got that information from this cool little like online article by Beta TNT story about the RDF combat uniform from Gear Illustration, 2020. You can look it up on gearillustration.com. He has a pretty cool like a whole like explaining the basic story of like about this camouflage and all the other ERDLs, but you can look that up if you want to figure out more about that in history. And yeah, it's an interesting camo. I would say mine's heavily faded, but I do have a Marine Corps uh, RDF version of the what do you call these? I think they call these utility caps or covers. I think. Um, yeah, this is actually new old stock. So this is what it would have looked like if it wasn't faded. Um, but yeah, mine's super faded. This is what happens when you wash it and wear just sun bleach. But yeah, I'll tell you a little about it. It's basically, well, let me tell you this history of how it became. So in the Vietnam era, when they had the regular green dominant and brown dominant EIDL, they noticed that the colors were too bright. Um, you'll see that like a lot of times like the older camouflage tended to fade after wear and tear, and it became like super bright. So the U.S. Army kind of like made it off the this is they based it off the brown dominant, but they made it more darker, a little darker, so that it could last a little longer. And then they also kind of fixed the printing issue where in the old EIDL it would leave like little shadows on the splotches. That's how you can tell it's a Vietnam area. It would usually have little shadows. And but the biggest difference, what makes this one different from the Vietnam uniforms, is the way they did the pockets. As you can see, it has the regular like BDU cut. This is technically where the BDU, which stands for Battle Dress Uniform, um, pocket cuts came from. They kind of redesigned it so that the top ones, the old Vietnams used to be like slanted, but they just instead went with the completely flat kind of pocket. They still kept the like I think these are called bellowed pockets, which means that if I open this up, it'll pop out, and then it has like a little slit to have like more room. You can put more stuff in there. But that's mainly the main difference. It's just like the different cuts they did. It's it's they were getting ready basically to transition to the BDU uniforms. And let me show the back real quick. But you can see it looks very similar to, you know, the old Vietnam brown dominant, but it's not. This is post-war, and yeah, you can see how. Just imagine like this color that's like, you know, brand new, but on this uniform, that's basically what it looked like. And yeah, oh yeah, there's another way you can tell it's post Vietnam is that this little cut right here, it has like this little stitch line right here. Um, they actually took that away with the new uniform, the new M81 Woodlands. They like replaced this stitching. That's another way you can tell it's what do you call it? RDF ERDL. But yeah, mine has a date of 1980. You can read it on the little tag. That's how I also know, just from the date. And the same thing with this hat. This hat, the utility cover, it does say 1982. But yeah, basically a little history from the same author, Beta TNT. That's probably his username, but from the article, it basically just says that, you know, the U.S. Army kind of, well, just the military in general, even though this is a U.S. Army created from Natick Laboratories, but they basically needed a camouflage for the rapid deployment force. Mind you, have to remember in 1975 to 1980, it was the Cold War. You know, you had stuff happening in Europe and stuff happening in the Middle East with, you know, America and Russia. And they created this camouflage for the rapid deployment force, which later on became the, I believe they became the Rapid Deployment Joint Task Force. And then that kind of got renamed to, I think today they're known as, let me check my notes. Let's see. Today they're known as United States Central Command. So yeah, I think they're still around. I'm not sure. I might want to look that one up. But this is basically Cold War camouflage, which is pretty cool. You don't really see a lot of pictures of like soldiers wearing this. It's mostly, you know, whatever was happening during the years 1975 to 1980. I think you can spot a few photos of like soldiers wearing this during the what was that operation? I think it was Operation Just Cause. I think you might see this pop out a little bit, especially with the Marine Corps. But yeah, the Marine Corps also kind of adopted it too. They would, if it was a Marine Corps jacket, it would just have the little EGA symbol on this pocket. But yeah, this is also proof the Marine Corps used it, because this is a cover and this one does have the EGA symbol on it. But yeah, you'll find a bunch of pictures of Marines wearing it. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting camouflage. And disclaimer for the testing video, I do have the video coming up. I did wear this hat, and I'm sorry, I know I'm not a Marine. That's a disclaimer. And I know you're not technically supposed to wear anything with the Marine Corps Eagle Globe and Ankle, but I just kind of had to, because it is a part of history, and even though I understand you're not supposed to wear it, I only wore it when I was testing it. You know, I took it off anytime I was like walking back, or you know, in the trails where people were visible. So yeah, sorry for that. You know, if you're a Marine, but yeah, if you do happen to find a cap like this, I wouldn't wear it, just because it does have the Eagle Globe and Ankle. I've talked to a lot of Marines and tell me like, yeah, you're not supposed to wear it, even though it's an outdated cap. Just because it has the EGA, you can't wear it. That's what I heard, at least. But yeah, just have for my little collection. But yeah, I think that's about it for this camouflage. There's not too much about it. Very short-lived. And yeah, let's get to the cool testing video. thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Uh, Again, sorry for wearing the old, Marine Corps cap. I just kind of had to because if you notice, again, I'm wearing blue jeans. Well, these aren't blue jeans, but I'm wearing blue jeans in the video for the testing because I don't have the RDF version of the pants. I found it was hard to find, like really hard. I'm not sure why. It might just be because it's such a short-lived camouflage. But yeah, I don't have any of the pants, so it kind of made sense to just wear the hat with the, the combat jacket and the little Alice gill, and then just put the blue jeans. But yeah, I wish I had the pants. That would be cool, but can never find them online or anywhere in general. I think they're just kind of rare, and not to mention finding them in my size because I'm a size like what the size. I think I'm size large, long, or extra large. Um, and in fact, if you can tell in the video that this thing barely fits me because this one's a size medium long, so it's like I'm like really pushing the buttons. But hey, if it fits, I'm kind of. But yeah, hopefully I can lose weight and during the summer, fit better in this thing. But yeah, what else should I talk about? I'll once I get the what do you call it? I'm having the brown dominant ERDL from Vietnam, from the Vietnam era. I'm getting that one shipped. I don't know. It might come this Friday, but yeah, I'll definitely do another video, with all the ERDL camouflages and comparing them. But until then, you guys are gonna have to wait. But yeah, thank you for watching my video.